Hey, what's up guys? Michael from Karate Breakdown. We're here to bring back practical karate. So I'm doing this series where I highlight other content creators that are in this space, which is like self-defense, karate, practical applications. One of which I've known for a long time. We actually just never spoke. And his name's Les Bubka. And I reached out to him earlier this week, said hi, introduced myself. And what I didn't realize is he's a big advocate for mental health in the karate space. So we decided on a topic to talk about, and we're going to talk about karate and mental health. What's interesting for me, and I'll kind of be a little more candid, specifically with martial arts and karate, like I've always had this aura of confidence. I never got into training because I was bullied. I never got into training because I lacked the ability to, speak in front of an audience or anything like that. I was just so obsessed with it. I loved watching kung fu movies. I loved spending that time with my dad watching it. Some of you guys might know my entire family signed up for kung fu classes when I was 5, and I was the only one that stuck with it. Everyone else stopped. For some reason, I just gravitated to it. Either it was just the excitement of doing something physical, the culture, the history of it, me being of Asian background, it kind of made sense. Every time I was called upon in class, it felt like I was finally able to show what I've been working hard on. I had a sense of arrogance with my training growing up, and to the point where it really became my identity. And that's kind of where this conversation is kind of going. When you put your identity into something of this earth and that thing goes away, you have to go through a transformation. A good friend of mine says you need to be broken into pieces before you can be reformed into a new shape. As you guys know, we had a dojo in 2018, 19, 2020, and then COVID hit, and then we closed the dojo down. But what you guys don't know is in my 20s, I was on a fast track to becoming a college professor. Finished undergrad, went straight through my master's degree, and then went straight through my PhD program. Did 3 years of that, passed the comprehensive exam, and then around that same time, we started the Karate Culture channel and decided to open up a school. And I was like, well, this is the only time in my life where I can make this mistake if it's a mistake, and we opened up the school. I would say through my entire 20s, I was essentially just saving up for this big jump, and dropped out of the PhD program, opened up the school, became known as a martial arts instructor, and then COVID hit and we closed down, right? Spending the last few years kind of navigating a new definition of myself, and it's kind of what this channel was about, like seeing if I can make something else karate related that actually does well, and hopefully bring back some self-confidence. And you guys see in the creation of this channel, it was primarily just shorts, and then any videos I uploaded on YouTube that were more long form just had my voice to it. Only within this year or so have I really put my face back out there, and then saw some Karate Culture fans come back to this channel. So it's all to say, like, karate for me is probably the greatest thing that ever happened to me, and also probably the worst thing that I ever had to overcome. And I feel like I'm a stronger person because of that. It's also when you get broken down to get reformed, and I came to this realization earlier this year, you're not back to what you were before. It's what everyone says, the new normal after COVID, right? You are something different. It could be something better, it could be something worse. You're just a different person than who you are before, but you're still complete and you're still whole. Coming to that realization, coming to that conclusion kind of really helped me out through all this, because once you put your identity into one thing and that thing disappears, you're kind of lost for a while. And I have some other stuff in my notes here. Something like karate that's not super mainstream amongst adults. It's kind of hard to be relatable to other people. If you're not in the martial arts space, karate is just like a kids after school daycare program, especially here in the States. If you're into martial arts, most likely you're into the UFC or MMA or jiu-jitsu. Luckily, I train in all those, so I'm able to talk about that. But a lot of people that are just purely karate people, it's tough. Like, then you have to find circles that are just like you, and that just makes the pool even smaller. So yeah, that's a little bit of me being vulnerable, talking about mental health. But the training aspect, martial arts for me is the only thing in my life that has really allowed me to tap into that flow state in a very short span, right? That flow state is super important for everyone. I mean, it's like a mental reset, so you're getting out of your daily routine. It's a way to have some moving type of meditation. It allows you to recalibrate and reorganize and restructure your priorities even in that moment in time, right? So I always tell people, you can have all these deadlines, all these stressors, money related stresses, work related stresses, but if someone's trying to choke you out, like nothing else matters in that moment. And that's kind of the coolest thing. Same with sparring and karate, right? Someone's trying to tag you in the face, all you can think about is footwork, get your head out of the way, block it. Your paper that's due at midnight, the bills that you need to pay, blah blah blah, all those things kind of disappear. And one thing about that, and I guess I'm kind of rambling, but one thing about that is it's a super addicting feeling. I say that from personal experience. I've said this many times in other videos. I spent a lot of my 20s training like 3 or 4 a days, not just 1 or 2 a days, like 7 days a week. And I was just chasing that feeling of flow state to the point of running away from other things, right? And you got to navigate that balance and find that balance for yourself. And I see this a lot in the jiu-jitsu world, people like debating whether or not they need to stop working and train full-time and try to be a full-time competitor. Like, props to you. I don't think I could ever do that. I mean, I did the other route, which was drop everything and try to become a dojo owner. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot to navigate, and it's kind of tough to pigeonhole a solution for every individual. You have your own reasons why you like karate, and I'm sure any of those reasons have a positive impact on your mental health. So this is part 1. I'm going to pass this to Les so you can check out his channel. If the other videos aren't out yet, I'm collaborating with Noah Legel and also Chris from Karate Unity. So keep an eye out for those as well. Peace. Train hard, fight easy.